Building a team when you have ADHD isn't about hiding your differences or forcing yourself to lead like everyone else. It's about creating an ecosystem where your strengths shine and your challenges become irrelevant. The executives I coach often come to me exhausted from trying to be neurotypical leaders. They're spending more energy masking than actually leading. What shifts everything? Building teams that work with their ADHD brain, not despite it. Trust is the foundation of any team, but here's what surprises ADHD executives. Vulnerability strengthens trust. It doesn't weaken it. When you're authentic about how you work best, whether you call it ADHD or just your style, you give your team permission to be human too. A tech CEO shared something powerful with me. The day I told my team I process information differently, everything changed. Not because they lowered their expectations, but because we could finally build systems that actually worked. Trust equals vulnerability plus consistency plus competence. You don't need to be perfect. You need to be real. Your energy is your most valuable resource. And ADHD means that resource fluctuates. Some tasks drain you disproportionately. Others energize you beyond what neurotypical leaders might experience. Map it out. What drains you? Usually it's detailed reviews, status reports, routine meetings, documentation. What energizes you? Strategic planning, problem solving, team brainstorms, crisis management. This isn't about avoiding hard work. It's about strategic energy allocation. When you know your energy map, you can build a team that complements it. Disclosure isn't binary. You don't have to choose between complete secrecy and wearing an ADHD t-shirt to board meetings. It's a spectrum, and where you land depends on your context, comfort, and goals. No disclosure? You can work around it, asking for what you need without labels. I process best with visual information. Functional disclosure, share what helps without the diagnosis. I work best with written follow-ups to verbal discussions. Selective disclosure, tell trusted individuals who need to know. Full transparency, become an ADHD advocate and model for others. There's no right answer. There's only what's right for you right now. Your ADHD brain brings specific strengths, vision, innovation, pattern recognition, crisis management. These are not consolation prizes. They're competitive advantages. But yes, you might struggle with detail work, follow through, documentation, routine tasks. So build a complementary team. Not people who are better than you, but people whose strengths fill your gaps while your strengths fill theirs. You need someone who loves spreadsheets as much as you love strategic thinking. Someone who thrives on routine while you thrive on variety. A CFO with ADHD told me, I hired an operations manager who is everything I'm not. I used to feel threatened by that. Now I see it as the reason we're successful. Delegation for ADHD leaders isn't about offloading work you don't want to do. It's about strategic energy management. Ask yourself, does this task energize me? If yes, does it require my unique perspective? Keep the intersection of energizing and unique. Everything else, find its rightful owner. Tasks that drain you but are mission critical, don't go solo. Partner with someone who finds that work energizing. Your detailed-oriented team member might actually enjoy creating those reports you dread. Remember, delegating your energy drains isn't weakness, it's strategic leadership. Traditional communication methods might not work for your brain, so create new ones. Morning briefs when your mind is fresh, walking meetings when you need movement to focus, visual dashboards instead of written reports, voice notes to capture thoughts in the moment. One executive switched her entire team to voice note updates. What took me 2 hours to write takes 10 minutes to say. My team gets more context, more nuance, and actually prefers it. Set your team up for success by setting yourself up for success. When you lead authentically with ADHD, something magical happens. Psychological safety increases for everyone. Your team sees that different doesn't mean less than. They see that it's safe to ask for what they need, to work in ways that suit them, to bring their whole selves to work. This creates an upward spiral. You model authenticity, your team feels safe, diverse perspectives emerge, innovation increases, performance improves, trust deepens. Your ADHD leadership style doesn't just work for you, it creates an environment where everyone can thrive. Clear is kind, as Brené Brown says. Your team needs to know what to expect from you and what you need from them. Be explicit. I need thinking time before big decisions. I'll ask for 24 hours. It's not hesitation, it's processing. Or I might interrupt in brainstorms. It's enthusiasm, not disrespect. Then be equally clear about what they can count on. Your honest communication, your quick crisis response, your creative solutions, your genuine investment in their growth. When expectations are explicit, anxiety decreases for everyone. Build systems that support your ADHD brain and your team. Project management tools that capture ideas outside your head. Regular check-ins that are scheduled, not random. Clear priorities visible to all. Flexible processes focused on outcomes, not methods. And celebration rituals because ADHD brains need dopamine and recognition matters. These aren't accommodations. They're good management practices that happen to work brilliantly for ADHD leaders. Your authentic ADHD leadership creates ripples. First, your immediate team feels safe to be human. Then other neurodivergent employees see possibility. The organization becomes more inclusive. Eventually, innovation and growth accelerate because diverse thinking is valued, not hidden. A senior partner at a consulting firm told me, when I started leading as myself, ADHD and all, 3 other executives came to me privately about their own neurodivergence. We went from a culture of masking to a culture of innovation. Your authenticity doesn't just free you, it frees others. This week, do an energy audit. What drains you? What energizes you? Then identify one complementary strength your team needs. Finally, communicate one boundary or need to your team with or without the ADHD label. Building your team isn't about finding people to cover your weaknesses. It's about creating an ecosystem where different types of minds create something extraordinary together.